Aries, what's good? I'm your wild and free high priest. This message is for the Aries Sun Moon Rising Collective, regardless of your natal placement. You may have found this message. This message may have appeared on your timeline. Given that, take what resonates, no matter what your sign is. But this is an Aries Sun Moon Rising Collective reading for the end of June, coming from the new moon in Gemini and this weekend's first quarter moon in Libra. Aries, ever so grateful to connect, ever so grateful for our energetic exchange. I ask that our guides of the highest, most brilliant, divine white light protect me, you, and us as I channel and interpret for your Aries divine experience. Okay, the natural world may be appealing to you or may be calling to you. You have that aspect of the Empress, like, okay, so you have 33, very spiritual. You have the Empress, that you can either be learning how to create space to be in receptivity and manifest in that manner, or you could be coming from that and seeing your manifestations. Some of you have healed or are actively healing, and a new timeline with partnerships approaches. This is you recognizing when to help, where to help, and when to hold back, what to do while you're holding back, enjoying the natural world, nature. You have the Three of Wands, Sun in Aries. You have Death, Aries and Scorpio. You have the Fool, Aries, Uranus, Pluto. You have the Queen of Wands, Aries, and the last decan of Pisces, or the shadow aspect of that Queen of Cups. So seeing that for what it is and doing what you have to effect the untethering and cutting those cords, breaking those binds, having completed those vows and no longer undertaking any trauma. Aries, what's good? So this can signal a time for publishing. Maybe you're publishing or releasing a product, or your team, you're being recognized by many online, or your message is being heard. You're in the middle of that limelight, you're in the spotlight, or you're being seen by many as a potential candidate for partnership in many aspects, especially sales or marketing driven type communication, and the arts and romance. So the last quarter moon in Gemini may have marked that intro, or like the energy has shifted in regards to partnerships of all types. Maybe for some of you, I don't mean to say what I mean to say, for a lot of you in partnerships, it could mean the understanding of how you can elevate that commitment, or you're seeing that elevation. Okay, thank you so much for being here. What else can I say about that? You have knowledge. Okay, so Sagittarius can have a lot to do with this, or the Hangman, Pisces, Jupiter ruled expansion, Jupiter exalted expansion. Okay. Earthly pursuits. Okay. Putting your knowledge to work in your favor. Okay. Take those symbols if they resonate. One Sacred Symbols Oracle for the Aries Sun Moon Rising Collective for the end of June. What messages can we start with? Thank you, Aries. Don't forget to hit like, to subscribe, leave me a comment. It's the end of my day. It's the moon's day. And we are in the hour of Mars, your ruler. Mars is very active in my life, as it generally is for Aries rising and Aries collective. Psychic 48, and you have a message 33. And we just talked about that. We just talked about the symbolism of 33 as it pertains to your horoscope and the channeled messages. So to me, the psychic awareness means you understand how you fit into, for example, your partnership. If some of you are in a partnership and experiencing that elevation or understanding that takes you to the next level, that this is proof of that, and you're recognizing how your value shifts within this relationship, and also seeing that in general in relationships, what people take from you, what you give, and you're recognizing that you have that option. You have many options when it comes to this. And so when your guides appear, take heed, take notice that sometimes we can't tell until it's too late, right? That we're suffering from others' vampiric nature, like meaning we recognize when it's late, much too late, that our energy is being messed with, basically. So for some of you, this is your message to start that process to undo. Okay, because, like, for example, your horoscope could be telling you you're coming into new communities, meaning you're dating a lot of new people, or you're like in the dating pool, and that means you're picking up a lot of different frequencies from this person, that person. Okay, one sacred symbol or one animal oracle. Love it. One animal spirit from the wild unknown. Thank you so much for the Aries Sun Moon Rising Collective for their new moon in Gemini, first quarter moon in Libra, end of June message. Oh wow, you have the whale. Yeah, water, pools of water, bodies of water. You have the cosmic egg, so it's like the Capricorn message, a huge understanding from, let's just say, like the heavens, or highly intellectual mind or mental approach brings in this download, or because the other aspect of that channel message is that this marks the removal of blocks for some of you who are just starting to notice that you're in that liminal, I've healed, what next sort of thing. That marks that timing, or it signals to you that blocks are removed, blocks have been removed, and you have that option to come out, per se, like, and enjoy whatever it is that you want to enjoy, whether it's a little bit of leisure time off, dating, enjoying your romantic partnership, spending a lot of time with your partner, your partners, things like that. Moth, again, the size of the moth determines the size or depth of the message, or the quality of the message, like how like, for some of you, yeah, this is a big like the signs sort of point to a big, I don't know, something big sort of happening for you. Like finally you've unraveled from whatever frequencies you have been healing from. Former hurt, pain, seeing that those relationships are shifting, even the bad ones, you know, sometimes they do come along with us and transform. Oh my gosh, I did want to look up the freaking whale. Like this card hardly ever comes up for me personally or in the readings, for you, for the collective, and for the sign readings. So desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain as they overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, giving them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. Okay, when out of balance, heavy, and slips into old story. So to bring into balance, regular self-care. When in balance, calm, steady, deeply compassionate. There you go. For some of you, this is a message that comes with understanding. For some of you, this is a message that comes with heeding, a warning. With some of you, this is a message that comes with understanding your luck, the doorways, the portals that are opening, the roads that are being where obstacles and blocks are being removed, so that you can gain traction and momentum in on these paths that you're embarking. Many paths, so like 7 of Cups, and you also are understanding that not everything that glitters is gold, right? But that there is a choice. There are choices sort of that you have to make. Maybe that's the actual message from your guides. Thank you so much, Aries. Don't forget to hit like. Look at this. 33 came out, which is that spiritual, heightened, sage, wise wisdom. And then the number 6 card, Capricorn, Saturn, sort of. Oh yeah, Saturn is in your sign. Okay, let's get 3 King Solomon oracles for your New Moon and Gemini reading. Thank you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Collective. Don't forget to hit like. Okay, you have card 36. This is like that divine providence. You're receiving support from the divine, from friends. The divine shows up in many ways. This is that challenge you could be facing, or maybe this is the advice card. We'll see. The basis of the situation. Wow. Is your happiness, your mental fortitude, your mental strength, your courage, your mind and body connection to bring the soul alive. And then you have card 30 at the bottom of the deck. So a new doorway, unforeseen changes that mark that streak of luck that then becomes the feeling and just in general regarding yourself as lucky. Okay. Wow. Lots of 3s. Support and assistance, friends, and divine providence. Okay. Unexpected help from an external source. You're not alone. People around you provide support. Teamwork. Okay. So, card 29. It's travel, voyages, journeys, relocation. That could be upcoming energy or something you're facing now amongst these internal spiritual wise, sort of shamanistic connections and developments within your esoteric auric energy body. Okay, this card signifies a great deal of movement. Expect changes in work, business, home, or relationships, traveling to faraway places, and a job that requires a lot of travel. That could be online business, right? Or online communication. Advice is changing locations will bring favorable results. Traveling will be a step towards success. You should go on a trip to clear your mind. Seriously consider any opportunities that might require a change of location. That's why I deem this a type of challenge, because for some of you that could be obviously a big deal. I think for anyone, moving is regarded as, for everyone in general, it's regarded as a really stressful time to accommodate for in our busy lives and schedules. So, and it's maybe something you wanted, that you wished for, prayed for, meditated on, that you're attempting to manifest. Something is going to make you very happy anyway. This is about your happiness. It very much will mean a lot. It means a lot for your mental health, your mental clarity, the mind. Okay, and it doesn't have to necessarily be about anyone. Doesn't mean like someone stands in your way, but it may confirm to you that what you've been feeling is appropriate, and there is a support to turn that thought, that dream, that daydream, that vision into a plan, a goal, and strategize for it. Feel good and feel lucky about it. Devotion, perseverance, believing in your path, sacrifice. That may be someone, that may be how you step in for yourself, where you've been giving a lot to others, right? It's time for you. Wow. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Egyptian Tarot. The Horseman of Coins appears. The Horseman of Cups appears. Sagittarius appears. Soulmates, love, financial, business, partnerships. Okay. Very significant in your reading. Wow. Divine partnership, romance. Possibly a Leo or fire sign, or just you showing up in a differently and in a different place with a different person. I don't know. Okay. That it really is just about romance and your inner child being like lit. Word of the day. Yeah, Death card appears. Remember that. We talked about that. The Nine of Coins, really good. And Sagittarius, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Actually, distant past, recent past, present, you now. Okay, past. Someone may have, distant past, someone may have cut you out. You may have had to cut out prematurely. You may have had to leave somewhere you didn't want to. You may have had to leave someone you didn't want to. Someone left you. You didn't want that to end, or you had to make a big change, a big sacrifice, give something up that you were trying to hold on to for a long time. This has changed so much in your life. Awakening, judgment. Or this is something you were avoiding for a long time. And that's why for some of you this is big. Because that's why for some of you the two moth cards show up. And the number 33 keeps repeating. The numbers 3. Okay. We said recent past. Thank you to our wonderful, beautiful guides. Very enlightening. Today is just a magical, crazy day. Okay, Aquarius. The Hermit stage, what we've been talking about recently, you've locked in. What do they call it? You're locked in. You're like, oh my, it's enough is enough. This is also Saturnian and Uranus. This is a lot of events, whether they've occurred or will, have been shocking, like big changes. It has been mental, it has been emotional, it has been physical, it has been literal, it has been a wild time. When you were asked to put in that hard work, you did, and now you're seeing like your old self shed away. Really, like it feels like a long time coming, and that I want that to feel gratifying and not it's not necessarily about pride, and it's not like a blow to your ego either. Like, oh my god, finally, Aries. It's just meant to be like, it took a long effing time, bro. Okay, let's see, where are we? Present. We are in the present. Oh my gosh, look at this fella. Okay, for some of you, again, the relationship. For some of you, this marks that escape, okay? Mental, wherever you had, whatever felt like a mental prison, you've escaped from that. Whole new world is materializing. Physically, spiritually, you're motivated, like it's on. This is a Two of Swords. Let's see. Yeah, two of both. Yeah, it's two parts. One part money, one part love. This is coming out of loss. Okay, that's over. It's over. That time of you overworking, overdoing it. That's it. This is it. This is that mark. This is that mile mark. This is that marker, that checkpoint that marks like, hey, that's done with. If you were still experiencing repercussions from loss, especially financial, this is that turning point. This is now you're seeing the gain, the opposite effect. And if you're experiencing any mirror, that's what I want to emphasize. That mirror quality, not the old, not the former, not what you've healed, but what you're experiencing is very much, you're like, from that same vantage, from that same angle, but from a different height. Okay, you've spiraled up, and now it's assuming that new generative force. Okay, upcoming, please. Thank you so much, Aries. Don't forget to hit like. It's someone with Aquarius placements, unconventional love. Yeah, the Empress. This moon in Libra. Yes, and Mars in Taurus. Okay, present for the Aries under this Moon in Gemini. Okay. So the world, wow, the World card keeps coming out. The Eight of Swords came out. And this could be what I was trying to describe earlier. Like, you're finally seeing that what you're working for is good. It's like, yes. Okay. This is that experience marker. I would say because you're giving up where you sacrifice too much, and that could be jobs, relationships of any sorts, any types of contracts. This marks that learning from it and what happens when you walk away from it. So I don't know. It's not here, but this is just an example where it's like you understand like a stream of revenue you have to cut off. So how will you make up for it? Basically, do you have to budget? Do you have to save? Do you have to work for another stream of income before you end this? It could be that, or it could be serendipitous and spiritually, divinely timed, in which you prepare for the worst and enjoy the best, but you are prepared for the worst, basically. Okay, future. Six of Cups. So this is that kind of love. The options have opened up a lot. This is... yeah, you're... boy, Venus is here a lot. Again, this just means you're coming back to community. Let's just say, like, you're coming back to community, but you're no longer overgiving. Okay, you've experienced so much so that the knowledge does grant you this type of wisdom. Okay, you're walking with that into anything. These experiences, you're not overdoing it anymore. You've basically, again, not to be crude or harsh, you've learned the lesson. And then again, I'll be that reminder, as always, that the lessons reappear in a different light. Okay, they look same but different. Yes, Eight of Cups and Queen of Swords with the Empress at the split, because you've left that type of mindset that provokes you to sacrifice in your action towards others with others. Now it's either fair or it's not. You're no longer giving because you've lost. Some of you lost a lot, whether it was a partnership or like a divorce, or someone who unrequited, someone who never gave to you. You lost a lot in that, and that's it. You understand what happened, and you're also, you move with that understanding. Okay, that's a lot of power. And that grants you that access. That is the key to receiving support from divinity and from the community, from your friends, from actual partnerships that are meant to be fruitful in the collaboration. They're meant to effect harvest, good harvest. No failures, right? Or if they are, you're prepared for them. In your power. Wow, Aries, thank you so much. It also means for you that you're unwilling to show up how you used to in relationships. You're not just relying on the same sort of type of communication, or I'll just say tactics. Dare I say tactics? Okay, in your power, Aries, under the new moon in Gemini. Okay, that one. And then 4 of Cups, 3 of Cups, Mercury in Cancer, Moon in Cancer. Oh yeah, happy birthday if you're Cancer. 8 of Cups, in your power. You've left that. You've let it go. You're doing the thing. Saturn in Pisces. You've let a lot of that go. High Priestess wants to say hello. Look, you have a lot of cup energy, so I think this is fabulous for Aries. It just means don't let old emotions creep up. Don't let your emotional state dictate what choices aren't good. Work more with that intuitive, instinctual system of yours and connect to higher source and heed the message from your ancestors. Don't miss that message, okay? And your friends, 3 of Cups, Mercury in Cancer, the collective experience. Some of you are like, this is funny, like, wow, I'm not trying to be funny, but this reminds me of what I was thinking right before I hit record, right before I sat down to record your message. It's like some messages on YouTube, some tarot readers. I'm not trying to call anyone out or single anyone out. It is just like we all see all sides of it, right? Like all personalities, all types of readers, all the rainbow colors and the different backgrounds, and it's also beautiful. And on the other hand, there are some readers that are like, you're being attacked and blah and blah. It's like, yeah, we understand spiritual warfare, spiritual attacks, and the need for protection, and it's really, yeah, that is 1000% important. But you're also able to like parse through that and understand that if you need that message, it's there. You can go receive that, but you're willing to receive something else that is divinely guided as you leave that type of stuff behind, as you leave the fear mongering and like becoming radicalized by others and becoming like getting caught up. Like someone wants to fight you, like Aries, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna. You want to fight? Let's fight. Like now, it's like, no, I don't need to prove that I can fight back or that I can. It's just not allowing yourself to be swindled in that way anymore. 8 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups. The grass is fuller and greener on the other side. Okay. You've walked away, you've left a lot. Independence, liberty, this is all more so becoming avenues, different avenues of like, well, where I used to feel like there were a lot of bad choices, now it's many good choices. Okay, in your environment, yeah, that's what I was just saying. Mercury and Sagittarius, a lot of good choices. Some of them you understand you don't want to show up there anymore because you have to spend a lot of time and energy to show up differently and you don't have that kind of time, and that can be a deciding factor. In some cases, you are deciding to show up differently and do better, as they say, as the saying goes, now that you know better. And then for the most part, this new way about you signals just openings, road openers. Okay, just like for Capricorn. Okay, but you're receiving a lot of messages from spirit. Just by the way, like the Moth card, they're just telling you you don't have to, not even just fight. You don't have to show up that way. You don't have to do it that way anymore, and you know that, and that's being confirmed to you, and your guides want to say a lot to you. It's like, bravo, Aries, bravo. Man, you have a lot of down, like, spirit. Y'all need to drop in, check in. Okay, oh my gosh, let's go. What's the advice here for the Aries Sun, Moon, Rising Collective based on this reading? Wow, 3 of Cups. I'm sorry, 3 of Cups. 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. If they need to be sad, let them be sad. That's just the message for some of you. Mars in Capricorn. Works, collaboration, teamwork, structures required to sculpt this new, the architecture in the beginning, work with others, the trustworthy ones. The work will be perfected. Don't rely on perfectionism. Allow the perfect work to come out. There is that type of guidance, okay? That third mediator, God, the goddess's spirit, divine, okay? And then it's you working alongside whoever you're working with. Good. Because you've experienced a lot of loss financially, regardless of whether those finances were tied to work or other. Money, like work means money. Yes. Yeah. You know, I hope you know what I'm trying to say. That is why those show up in the future. Like you're like, no, I've already been there, done that, learned that lesson. And now it is that shift, like no longer being fearful of that, of that collaborative. It's not necessarily that, right? It's more like not allowing that fear to create the anxiety and then the self-sabotage. And if there is self-sabotage, just be more open to it. Be more open to changing that type of attitude and behavior and not succumbing to it. And then also, there are many around you, if not physically in your local environment, if not like groups, support groups, or supportive counselors or guides, then there are people online that you can learn from. And it's just understanding that you may need to listen to different messages to determine the one that is authentic and well researched, or someone well, like, knowledgeable in whatever the craft is, whatever that you're learning about. The outcome based on this reading for the Aries Sun, Moon, Rising Collective for the new moon in Gemini, end of June. Holy moly. Okay, yeah. Knight of Swords, incoming. 3 of Wands, Sun in Aries. a message, or a message that requires action, a decision, or response about a new project or about a new home, a celebration, the birth, or moving. Okay. It may be happening faster than you think. Venus in Aries is here again. Venus in general is here once again. You have a lot of planetary forces working in your favor, and what I mean is just like it's good for you. Why the Three of Cups, Eight of Cups, and Four of Cups? Clarity. Thank you, Aries. Don't forget to hit like. Okay. Holy Justice, Strength, and Two of Swords. Ready for both. Ready for courageous, bold enterprise and movement, momentum, and then justice, balance. Balance must not be overladen. Okay, matters of the heart, financial matters, court matters, okay, legal matters, spiritual bank matters, spiritual court matters, okay, a hard and bold voyage or enterprise. A lot to say about traveling, maybe even meditation that allows for travel to bring home something. Ready for both. You're ready for that spiritual business. You're ready to hone in. Leo, the sun, Two of Swords, Moon in Libra, right? That's spirit taking you. Justice, Saturn, Capricornian, ultimately Libra, the balance, right? How does Libra show up? If we don't understand the archetype of Libra, we must have some sort of understanding of it in our individual lives. How is it showing up for you? Who's guiding you? Who's taking you where and why? Why are you allowing them? Are they meant to? Your guides want to know. Spirit wants to know. Okay. In your environment, why 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands? Holy moly, you have that in your environment? I talked a lot about it, right? Okay. Unmeasurable bounty, fullness, and liberality. Venus in Virgo. The fall may look different because this is your freedom. This is your home. This is your new home. This is your travel, your voyage. This is your coming back from the travel and the voyage, only to find bounty, liberation, freedom. Ten of Swords, dead end, betrayal, tragedy, defeat of spirit. But you are well protected, okay? You're guided, you're blessed, you're protected. Page of Swords. You've heard the warning and you heed the warning. Learn justice by admonition. You've seen it. You've seen the way it turns out because you've experienced it before, or you know how it turns out for others and you're learning from that. You heed the warning, you heed the message without falsehood or deceit. Knight of Swords. There you go. You cannot be taken because you've learned from it. This is Sun in Gemini. That it's all coming to you've understood the assignment. Okay. Why the Knight of Swords? The Knight of Swords is here twice. Why the Knight of Swords and the Four of Wands in your outcome? Thank you. Don't forget to hit like. Wow. Okay, Queen of Cups and Five of Swords. I believe that Capricorn had these same cards here. And then you have the Hangman. I resolve all doubts by self-reflection. Okay. I think this is you regaining your power after that experience, okay? You're no longer willing to be caught up in deception. You're no longer willing to continue to sacrifice despite understanding like you may be helping someone that they're showing you a different side, but this may be, again, whatever that message was. Your ability to discern is here. You can't allow this to happen. You won't. Okay, Cancer, Queen of Cups. Next 4 weeks, the next 2 weeks will for a lot of you, it'll be the culmination or wrap up. For some of you, this will be that significant spotlight on who is deceiving you, especially you yourself, where you deceive yourself and create self-sabotage. Okay, where you need to create room for self-reflection, or where all those experiences from the past, from the last 9 months, the last like 3 years. Okay. Wow. Intense. Okay. It's all coming to surface in a way where it is moving wisdom, not just knowledge. And this unwillingness to fall into traps by first checking your own behavior and attitudes. Okay. And maybe some of you have missed opportunity a lot often. Now it's time to heed the warning and honor what advice, based on your ability to discern for your own sake, to make decisions. What's right for you? What does that mean for the decisions you're making? Do you feel good? Do you feel lucky? Are you meeting your new opportunities halfway? If you're ready, you are. If not, you're becoming ready. You're being shown the way to become and get ready. Aries, wow, we end the reading, we close the reading. Thank you very much. Should we get one more? Just Ace of Swords. How is the truth? Just a final message to wrap up the and 5 of Cups. You can't sit there. It's not even about allowing others. It's just like, it's like knowing it you know before you can commit to it. It's, you know. So don't forget that you come with the knowing. Wow. Yes. See, there you are. You and the 4 of Wands sandwich sandwiching the whole deck, and this is you. Okay, a whole new, that wholeness, the newness, the new world for you. What's good, Aries? Thank you. We close the reading, we end the reading. Thank you to our wonderful guides. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you're still here. You might as well. Leave me a comment. It's late. I better go make dinner. Solstice, happy birthday to the Cancer Collective. Sun in Cancer Collective. The longest day of the freaking year. So summer solstice. Thank you. The nights are young. The days are long. The dog days are here. Ciao.